This is my landmark. It's St. Basil's Cathedral in Russia, and I've done some lines and angles to create a right angled triangle and a non-right angled triangle. In the non-right angled triangle, that one is blue. We are trying to find the B side. So we're using sine rule to find this with the angles C and B that we assume to know. And on the left, I've just done some instructions to help myself understand where I was going with this two-part question. So first of all, I deconstructed it on the side to create two triangles that are connected to each other to figure out what values I needed to find the height in the first place. So to start this off, I did 180 minus angle C and B, which is the angles that we already know we know the values of, to find the angle that we don't know, which was angle A. So after finding angle A, we could do sine rule. The sine rule being A over sine A equals B over sine B. A, we know what A is, we also know what angle A is, so the values that we do know are on the left side of the equation. And on the right side of the equation, we do know what sine B is, but we don't know what side B is, which is what we are trying to find to help us find the height later on. So to make it easier for me to visualize the values that I did and didn't know, I turned the unknown side of B into X. And to further this, I just times sin B by A over sin A to get rid of to move the B onto the left side of the equation, make it the focus of what we're trying to find. So B side equals A over sine A times sine B. After I've found the length of B, we use it in a normal trigonometry ratio, which is sine ratio of opposite over hypotenuse. So sine angle equals opposite over hypotenuse, and sine angle equals H over B. To make H the focus of the equation, I moved B over to the other side by timesing sine angle by B. So therefore H equals B sine angle. My three selected locations were Moscow, Ryazan and Voronezh in Russia. The distance from Moscow to Ryazan is 464.4 kilometers. Voronezh to Ryazan is 326.23 kilometers. Ryazan to Moscow is 185.71 kilometers. All three of those add up to the perimeter that is found on the Google Earth screenshot. In addition to this, the Google Earth area has just been noted down on the side as it's also noted in the screenshot. Moscow is the location of the St. Basil's Cathedral, and that is the angle that we will be finding, in addition to also helping us find the height. So for section 2, I just noted down all the distances again, and then transfer that onto a drawn triangle, and the angle that we're trying to find here is noted, which is angle A. So to find angle A, I just did the cosine rule, making sure to be careful what values I was using in terms of A, B, and C. So cos A equals B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC. So substituting the values from the triangle in, making sure to be careful what cos A was. I did 464.4 squared plus 185.71 squared minus 326.32 squared over 2 times 464.4 times 185.71, and I was given a decimal for that. And then I just did inverse cos to find the value that was the angle, and used the angle button to find the angles minutes and seconds, which was 33 degrees, 35 minutes, and 54.89 seconds. With the area I just calculated, I used this to consolidate the area that was given to me using Google Earth calculations. So I just did half A, B, sin, C using the formula that is for finding the area of non-right angled triangles. I substituted the values accordingly, making sure I was using it properly with the right values despite the changing the letters around. And from that I got 23,862.38 kilometers rounded to 2 decimal places. There was quite a difference in the calculated area and the Google Earth area, with a difference of 186.22 kilometers. This is due to the fact that the distance between my cities is quite substantial, and it doesn't account for the curvature of the Earth using normal rules such as sine rule and cosine rule. And also Google Earth uses spherical geometry, which we don't really account for in these kinds of calculations. Furthering this, I did some more verification of the angle and area using some algebra to kind of work backwards. I rearranged the area formula to make the angle the focus of the equation, and kind of worked backwards with AB, simplifying AB and getting rid of the half to find out what sine angle was, and sine angle was incredibly close to the angle that was calculated using cosine rule initially in the first step of this equation, only off by about 2 or 3 seconds. So that really verified the area.